Hello everybody, today I'm going to be talking about tips to get better in Murder Mystery 2. Now, this video is split into 3 categories. Tips for innocent, tips for sheriff, and tips for murderer. And plus 1 bonus tip at the end. So let's start. Category 1, innocent. Tip number 1, don't hide the whole round. I recommend you only hide when you feel unsafe or the murderer is close. And when you feel that the murderer has gone away or you feel safe again, leave the hiding spot. Tip number 2, be on the lookout for the sheriff or the gun. When you see a player holding the gun, then 98% of the time, they're the sheriff. What happened to the 2%? Well, there's a fake gun prick that makes your knife look like a gun for a small amount of time. If you see the sheriff get killed, then try to get the gun. Be smart and only get it when the murderer is far away, or else you'll die. Tip number 3, use your time to collect coins. If nothing is going on in the game, then your wisest option is to start collecting coins to unbox the boxes to get more items. Tip number 4, avoid staying in enclosed areas for too long. This makes the murderer much more likely to kill you because there's less space for you to move or run to dodge knives. If you want to stay in a certain place for long, go into an open area. 2 perfect examples of this are an office and mill base, as you can see by the wonderful art I just made. Optional tip number 5. Innocent, this tip is for innocent only. You cannot do this for any other role. Spam jump. Spam jumping is a terrible idea for other roles, but for innocent it's a decent idea. When you spam jump as an innocent, you are way harder to hit with a knife. Just make sure you're moving side to side while you do it, or else you're basically walking in a straight line. Avoid doing this in enclosed areas, as if you hit your head on a door frame or you repeatedly hit your head on a roof, you will also slow down compared to just walking normally side to side. Tip number 6, juke. When you see the murderer, try to juke them if they try to throw a knife at you. While they throw a knife, you have 3 seconds to jump around or over them to avoid their knife. Category 2, sheriff. Tip number 1, don't always spam jump. Spam jumping makes you look vulnerable to the murderer and also makes your aim worse. When you jump in Murder Mystery 2 as a sheriff, your crosshair moves up with you unless you're dragging your mouse down. I understand if you're afraid of the murderer throwing a knife at you, you panic, but there's better alternatives, such as temporarily hiding behind an object or just moving side to side. Also, you probably notice I'm saying side to side a lot, and this is what side to side is, alright? So you hold down W and spam A and D. Well, not like too fast, but just like hold down W, A for a bit, and then D for a bit. Or hold down S, A for a bit, and D for a bit. It should look like this. Tip number 2, hide your gun. This one is pretty obvious, as if you do this everyone will know you are the sheriff, which isn't a big deal until they start swarming you. Trust me, it is pretty annoying when you get swarmed as a sheriff because you'll have trouble aiming if the murderer is in front of you, but then there's also an innocent in front of you because you probably end up shooting the innocent. Another problem with this is now the murderer is going to kill you first because you are the only one who can kill the murderer until the gun is picked up. Tip number 3, move around a lot but also avoid players. Don't make it too obvious that you are avoiding them or else they will probably think you are the sheriff. Or just a really scared innocent, which both aren't really that good for people to know. Don't stay in one spot too long or else the murderer will end up killing everyone and probably including you. If you move around a lot, you'll see more people and the more chance you'll catch some guy with his knife out. Tip number 4, countering perks. Countering perks is pretty hard, but it's easy if you know what they all are. I am pretty used to fighting these perks since I started this game in 2014. Anyways, the most dangerous perks to you are Sprint and, you cannot forget, Ghost. To counter Sprint, you must try to shoot them as fast as possible, but use your shot wisely. Sprint is super fast and will easily kill you if you aren't careful enough. If you miss a shot, run for a bit until the Sprint wears off and they are vulnerable again. Ghost is near impossible to counter unless you see them ghost. When a player uses the Ghost perk, they will fade into thin air and become invisible for 5 seconds. If you didn't see them ghost, tough luck. If you saw them ghost, run away as you will most likely not hit them because they're invisible. Wait until they become visible again and shoot them. Category 3, murderer. Tip number 1, kill in secret. Try not to kill anyone in an open area because a ton of people will see you. Instead, search a less popular side of the map and see if you can find anyone hiding, or just out in the open, alone. When you're done with that, go out in the open and kill as many people as you can, but be cautious of the sheriff. Tip number 2, do not spam jump. When you see the sheriff, your best option is to spam jump, but only from side to side. Walk straight towards them as when you hear the reload sound, as they cannot shoot for 4 seconds and it will also probably startle them. Tip number 3, throwing knives. When you throw a knife, you have to throw wisely. Blindly throwing will result in your fate, as you will probably miss, and the sheriff will shoot you. Predict your throwing knives by memorizing the jump pattern that your opponent is doing. It's way easier than it sounds. For example, if your opponent is moving to the left, try to throw your knife a little more left of them so they will run into your knife. If they are approaching a wall to the right of them, aim to the left of them, as they will probably be moving in that direction. And same with the other way. If somebody's approaching a wall to the left, aim to the right of them, as they'll be probably moving in that direction, and unless they're going backwards or forwards. Tip number 4, don't camp. When you're a murderer, your worst possible option to do when you kill the sheriff is camp. Sitting in a spot for too long will result in the game ending and you losing the game. However, if you just killed the sheriff in an open area and there's tons of people around, your best idea is to defend the gun while throwing knives or running towards people. Never leave the gun unguarded in a crowd. Tip number 5, don't follow people directly. When you do this, you will look incredibly suspicious, and you will end up getting shot if you follow the wrong person for too long, such as a sheriff or a person with a gun. Tip number 6, and final tip for the murderer. Don't walk around with your knife out. This will notify the sheriff that you are a murderer and you will get shot instantly. Alright, those are the main tips. Now onto the bonus tip. Bonus tip, avoid arguments. When you argue with somebody in Murder Mystery 2, you'll feel angry at them, involving you to stop moving around for a bit to type a message to them, making you vulnerable, and you will probably get killed. Also, if the other person is a murderer, you will probably be targeted. And I know me saying probably is kind of getting repetitive by now, but when you are a murderer, you'll probably end up targeting them as well, which is wasting your time. If someone starts up an argument with you via a hateful message, ignore it. It's the internet. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video or found it helpful, make sure to like and subscribe since it helps me a lot. Have a great rest of your day, and goodbye.